What's up, y'all? Hope you're having a blessed day. Today I'm going to explain to you the ending of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. So not towards the very end of the story, but around the climax, even though the movie does end on a climax rather than a resolution. Miles gives Miguel this speech about how no one else can determine his spider story, I guess if you want to call it that, and gives him a powerful shock with his electricity, making him fall and collapse to the other spider people. Miles says goodbye to Gwen. Then we see Miles turn invisible where Spider-Bite is at to try to transport him back to his dimension and save his dad. And then Spider-Bite is like, hold on, what's going on? And then they notice it's Miles. And then, when Miles is about to travel himself, Spider-Bite is thinking whether or not she should help Miles or listen to Miguel and not let Miles escape. She allows Miles to leave, and then unfortunately Gwen gets kicked out of this spider group and she's sent back to her dimension. Then we see Miguel, Ben Reilly, and Jessica head towards Miles' dimension to stop the Spot. I might be out of order here, but just stick with me. We see Miles traveling home, injured and relieved, and then he hears his mom, so he quickly puts his jacket back on. Then when his mom shows up, he explains that she was right. He met some people, obviously being the spider people, and then they rejected him. Well, Miguel rejected him more specifically. And then, Miles didn't let that get to him. And so he came back and he's like, I need to stop the Spot. He's my nemesis. And Miles' mom looks all confused. And then Miles gives the secret of him being Spider-Man. Then we see Miles' mom just all confused. When I saw Miles' mom confused, I was like, okay, so she doesn't know about Spider-Man somehow. Obviously, like I said, I might be out of order here, but I'm gonna shift to Gwen's perspective real quick. So when Gwen travels home, she peeks at her dad sleeping. Once Gwen is about to leave, her dad shows up and, they just talk. Then we see Gwen's dad admitting that he quit the police force that day when Gwen revealed that she was Spider-Woman. We see a little reconciliation between Gwen and her dad, and Gwen's dad is like, okay, whatever you have to do, make sure you go do it. Gwen's dad gives Gwen a gift from Hobie, which is the watch that helps them travel through dimensions. So we see that Gwen travels back to Miles' dimension. When Gwen travels to Miles' universe, she stops Ben Reilly and breaks his watch and travels to Miles' house. And then we shift to Miles. And then, like I said, Miles' mom is all confused. And then we see the reason why, because Miles starts glitching. And then that's when both Gwen and Miles at the same time realize that Miles is not in his universe. So what happened was Spider-Bite actually transported Miles to Earth 42, which is the Earth that Miles isn't from, but the spider that bit Miles is from. So the mistake was there. And we see Gwen back in Miles' universe. Obviously, like I said, she realizes that Miles is in the wrong universe. Miles' parents talk. They're discussing, what's going on with Miles. And then Gwen shows up and talks to Miles' parents. She's gonna try to find him. And then Miles' parents are hoping that Gwen does something and helps him. Go back to Miles' perspective, and when he realizes that he's in the wrong dimension, we see somebody coming inside of the house, and it happens to be Aaron Davis, also known as Uncle Aaron, who is the Prowler in Miles' universe. Miles' mom wants groceries. He heads out with Aaron, and then we see Miles start glitching, and he's like, I have a cold. And then Aaron is like, nah, come on, man. Anyways, we see Miles get knocked out. And when he wakes up, he's tied up to a punching bag. And then he tells Aaron, like, this is not my dimension. I'm not your Miles. And then he's like, in my dimension, my Uncle Aaron is dead. because he was doing bad things, even though he wanted to be good. And Miles also tells him that it's not too late for this version's Aaron to be good. And then we see the Prowler show up. The Prowler asks Miles, is his dad still alive? And then Miles says, yeah. Miles asks, who is the Prowler in this universe? And then when the Prowler reveals himself, he says, I'm Miles Morales. And this Miles Morales in Earth 42 has like really long braids. Miles tells his version of himself that if he doesn't go back to his original universe, then both of their dads is gonna die. And then we see Earth 42 Miles say that only his dad is gonna die. And then Miles is like, you have to let me go. End of the movie, we see that Gwen has traveled to Peter B. Parker's universe, and Mayday points out the window, and we see Gwen in a very determined look. And then we also see other Spider people that we're familiar with at this point, which includes the original cast from Into the Spider-Verse, Spider-Ham, Penny, Spider-Man Noir. Then we also see people such as Spider-Bite, the Indian Spider-Man, I forgot to pronounce his name, and we see Hobie, also known as Spider-Punk. And then they all help Gwen go find Miles and stop the Spot. That's when we left on the cliffhanger, and we're gonna see the rest in Beyond the Spider-Verse, which comes out in less than a year, so that's good. If you stayed to watch to the end, I appreciate it so much, because this is one of my first videos, so I'm not real good at this yet. I promise I'll do better in the future. Anyways, like I said, thank you for watching this video. Hope that you like, subscribe, turn notifications on, and share this video with someone else. Thank you, and have a great day.